Hello, everyone, and welcome into the sixth edition of BTB Now. I am joined by Nick Bogatis and not Jason, maybe Jason Cancer.
No. Thank God.
No. We breaking news,
Confirmed.
confirmation. No, Jason Cancer.
He might try and join, just decline.
No, that's it. The news broke.
Yeah,
he's out.
It's official.
He is done.
Is he done or finished?
He is. I would say finished.
Okay, very good.
I would say finished. He's finished at this point. I feel like that's an insult to my last name if he's done. We've got literally nothing to get to because
literally nothing. This will be about a 5-minute show.
This could be. Oh no! Breaking news: Jason Cancer will be here in 5 minutes.
Well, it's a good thing it's going to be a 5-minute show.
All right, he's finished. Let's get through this real quick. We're going to start at baseball. People hate Odubel Herrera again. Could you believe that?
That was hilarious.
Okay, it was a horrible play. He made himself look really dumb. But it's the 2017 Phillies. What do you expect?
The third base coach should have sent Galvis.
Yeah, that was the first.
But
blunder.
And I guess that was in Odubel's head. But look up. There's clearly a man standing there. And that's the thing, because when he didn't send Galvis, Odubel looked and hesitated, and he didn't go. And then after the fact, after the catcher pretended to fumble the ball, then he goes after looking over 3 or 4 times.
Biggest regret of my Sunday was that I did not have the radio tuned into WIP when it happened. I actually got on there 2 minutes after it happened, and I just was so confused. Then when I finally saw the play, I wanted to cry a little bit. I seriously was feeling the pain of just why did this have to happen? But all right, I'm going to give myself a little plug here. Last article on the site about Odubel Herrera. Go read it. He may be really, really painfully dumb at times. Still a great outfielder. I don't understand why people are so upset. It happens. It is a game you weren't going to win. It's the 2017 Phillies. Get over it.
Although I am pumped for this Phillies-Padres series.
What is that?
I didn't hear what you just said. I heard you mouth.
Why is that?
I just love when the Phillies and Padres get together. I don't know what to tell you. It's just a special occasion in my heart.
Nick, who do you have money on tonight?
Nobody. I think Eckhoff's pitching, so I can't evidently he's pretty bad, so I can't trust that. Now, if Hellickson was pitching, which I've been informed he was traded away, I would pick Hellickson. But since he's not around, I will not be. If I had to give a pick for tonight, oh my God, both these guys are awful. The Padres pitcher has a 6.71 ERA, and Eckhoff has 4.45. I think I'll be giving the nod to the Phillies on the road.
Wow. I am shocked. Good.
But yeah, I wouldn't put money on it.
I think you just floored me a little bit with. I mean, to be fair, to be totally fair to this entire, thing right here, San Diego is a fake city. It's a beach town. To me, there is no difference between San Diego and Wildwood. They're just both beach towns.
But Wildwood's a pretty poppin' area too.
Yeah, but I wouldn't there's no like Wildwood Wizards or Wildwood Warriors or Wildwood.
Okay,
what else
but like
starts with a W?
there's like a huge population in San Diego.
Wildwood Wands.
It's
There's
like-
none of that.
It's a pretty big metropolitan area.
No, but it's not. It's
Have
like
you been there?
Cincinnati. They're fake. They're fake cities.
Okay, Cincinnati actually is a city. As like
No,
trash,
Cincinnati's a small
it's like
town.
it's a trashy city, but it's still a city. Like New York City is still
Cincinnati
a
is a
city.
small town. Cincinnati is a small town.
Cincinnati's not a small town.
It is a small town. I can confirm.
Hold
My
up,
sources in Cleveland can confirm that Cincinnati is a small town.
hold up. No, if a place has suburbs of itself, it is a city.
No. Cincinnati is a small town.
No, there are small towns bordering Cincinnati. It might not be like
No.
in your.
I don't think you comprehend this.
Are we actually
There
doing
is
this?
a small town of Cincinnati, and coincidentally, there are small towns that like to identify being outside.
Stop! Get out! Get out!
Hello.
Anyways, Jason, you're ruining this. Is town.
I just don't understand what kind of convoluted definition of the word city you're operating under.
Los Angeles is a city.
Yes. So is San Diego.
New York,
And so is
New
Cincinnati.
York is a state, but New York City is a city.
Okay.
Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, both cities.
Okay.
As towards the viewers I want to have, they're both cities.
Okay.
Reading, fall.
Wait, what did you just say?
Where does Reading fall?
Reading? Pennsylvania? It's not a city.
It's like a
There
town.
you go.
Okay, anything in
Reading,
Pennsylvania
Ohio,
outside of
you
like
got Columbus, you got Cleveland, and then Cincinnati is your small town.
Reading is
basically-
a town. Reading is a town in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Stick to sports.
Here's the definition I operate under. If you look at a map of more than just that state, and there's a dot indicating that that city is there, it's a city.
In which case, San Diego is a suburb of Los Angeles.
I don't think
Wait.
they're even close to each other.
I don't know where they are. I just know that San Diego is a beach town.
No, it's
There's
a
a
beach.
reason-
You
Because
realize
that's
there's,
why the Chargers left. It's a beach town.
but there's beaches everywhere in California.
But you're never
Wait,
going to say Los Angeles
So
is a beach.
is Miami a beach town too? It's not a city.
No, Miami's a city. Miami's a legitimate city.
This is the kind of take I would expect from myself, not from you. I
The-
feel like you're above this.
This is the type of
Can I
takes
ask
we
what led
need.
to this?
No.
You're not welcome.
Am I going to get an answer?
No. All right.
Okay,
Up
so
next.
we already got through the
Important
Odubel stuff. The Pirates,
Yeah,
because they're good, right?
I think so. This is unconfirmed. They're 2 games below 500, and I think maybe last show I had given up on them, but breaking news, they are 4
Last show
games.
and like 3 shows ago.
Yes, so
Or no,
I
4
was-
shows ago because you missed 2.
So, like, our first show, I think, I was ready to sell everyone, and I was actively rooting against the Pirates, and then I was informed on the show, live, on the air, I was informed they were, like, 2 games back of the Brewers. And then, since then, I realized they collapsed, and the Cubs were now in sole possession in first place. So then I gave up on the Pirates again. And then yesterday, I was informed that they were 3 games back. Since then, they've dropped down to 4 games back. But still in contention for the division title. So, yeah, I think the Pirates are going to the World Series. And with the Astros' lack of depth,
What's,
they might win.
How? Who knows? What's the? Are you aware of the wild cards? Or because like the wild card, they're like what, like 7 games back of the Rockies?
The wild card is not coming out of the Central. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Or wait, there's two
'Cause I know.
wildcards, right?
Locked up. Isn't that like
Yeah,
the
but
Phillies?
the Rockies and D-backs are both like 14 games over 500.
I see.
Yeah, they're both what, 5 back of the Phillies? Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah,
Which is
just checking.
because
Baseball, thank goodness you brought up the Rockies. Is back
oh god,
than ever. Ryan Howard is an Albuquerque isotope.
Nerd.
I am the Isotope's biggest fan on the East Coast since about
Nerd.
what was that?
Do you know what an isotope is?
Yeah.
So you're a nerd.
That's
You
fair.
walked right into
I
that
can
one.
accept being a nerd.
Okay.
Cheer for Ryan Howard and be a
Have-
nerd. I
have
want
fun in
to be a
chemistry.
nerd. Actually, taking a science this year, like nearly, like, just killed me. True facts. Chemistry can kill you.
Thanks.
All right, glad we got that out of the way. But yeah,
Can you
Ryan
go to
Howard
crickets?
he hit a beautiful double
Okay.
yesterday. It's only up from here.
Okay.
The Rockies are a legitimate World Series threat with Ryan Howard, and people may think I'm dead serious.
Okay, and literally last night, you were hoping he would get sent down to AA, so you could go see him in Connecticut.
No, that's not true. I wasn't hoping that. Dan Wilson was hoping that. I said if it happened, I would buy season tickets to the Connecticut team.
I don't think he said he was hoping that. I think that was you.
I'm pretty sure that was you.
No, wait, hold on. What's more unrealistic? Ray hoping Ryan Howard ends up in the Eastern League, or me hoping Tim Tebow ends up in the Eastern League?
What's more unrealistic?
What's more unrealistic?
Howard would never play in AA again. In AA, they're never going to put him back down there again.
Rehab assignments exist. If he makes it,
no.
he's gonna get hurt again
But
at some point or another.
Tebow's like contractually
No, that is
obligated to play at every
disrespectful.
level.
Where's the mute button on this guy?
It's not that hard. You just click on his picture.
Goodbye. I should have just ejected him, honestly. Made all of our
Can you
lives
do
easier.
that? Can you do that,
What happened?
I can eject anyone.
please?
What did I say? Rehab assignments.
You said he's going to get hurt, inevitably. And that is disrespectful, blasphemous, and just downright wrong.
Okay. You still
Take
can.
that World Series ring off your finger, sir. Good one. You're
That's what I
funny.
thought. That's
You're
what I thought.
funny. Good one.
I'm Tony Reali. You're not.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
So, Jason, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm glad.
How's your day?
Well, my day is going fantastic.
Wait, can you actually tell me how we ended up on the San Diego is not a city? I'm legitimately
That's
interested.
totally irrelevant.
Was it not relevant at all?
No, it's totally irrelevant.
Okay.
Not relevant at all. All right, we're going to move on. Jordan Matthews got traded. I was going to go to basketball, but I feel like we should talk about this.
Yeah.
Initial
why would we talk about
reaction to
basketball?
the Jordan Matthews trade.
The NBA schedule got released tonight.
So
I was going to get to that, but
No, he
My
asked why basketball is relevant, and that's a very relevant topic.
not really.
okay.
Jordan Matthews.
I asked you your initial reaction to the trade.
Oh.
2 minutes ago.
At first, it was just because I think people kind of got carried away with the Aguilar hype, and it became a mindset of Jordan Matthews is expendable, which I don't think he really was. I just think that was a trade that the Eagles made not be. It sucks. And we had this conversation Saturday or Friday, I think is when they made it. This trade, I hope at least, was made out of the desperate need for a good young corner, which they got, and now, with the hope that Sidney Jones comes back healthy, they have two really good young cornerbacks. I think Darby's like 23. They have two really good young cornerbacks for hopefully a really long time. The problem is now I think this brings your receiving core back to square one, which where they really approached the entire offseason with the idea of doing what was best for Carson Wentz. And now you look at it where Carson Wentz just lost his best friend and his not best receiver, but his most reliable receiver. And now the Eagles are relying on Torrey Smith, who hasn't had a productive season in 3 years, I think. In Alshon Jeffrey, who probably hasn't played more than 10 games since since Favre was a Viking, and Nelson Aguilar, who what else needs to be said? And I think the main part of this is Aguilar, because in my opinion, what sucks for him is that he was in despite all the hype he was getting, he was in a favorable situation because he was getting all the hype, but at the same time there was no real expectations for him because they had 3 other good receivers to take the pressure off of him, and now he's kind of thrust back into the role as, okay, you're relying on him to be productive, and I think that's where it gets dangerous because his problems are clearly mental.
This trade had a lot to do with Matt Collins, to be honest.
Wait, who's Matt Collins?
Matt Collins, you'll know soon enough. Jackson's number.
What was he, like their 5th-round pick, slot receiver? He's
third. I thought he was like 3rd or 4th.
Probably 4th. I don't think he was their 3rd.
I think Gibson was the 5th.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 4th then.
Shelton Gibson's been a mess. But it's all right.
Sweet.
It's better to have a 5th-round draft pick who drops passes than a 1st round, I guess.
What's the over-under for Eagles wins? Like 8?
Yeah, it's probably 8's probably about it.
I have to say I'm probably taking the under this year.
No, see, I think what this trade does is it raises their ceiling, but it also lowers their floor.
I think the Eagles win 9 games.
I think that's stretching it. I think the Redskins are going to be.
I
think the Redskins are going to run away with that division this year. I think they'll sweep the Eagles.
The
Redskins don't run away with anything.
The Redskins.
They run away when Christopher Columbus shows up.
I was gonna make like a lawsuit joke, and that was so much better.
Thoughts? Okay, so anyway, Redskins are going to sweep the Eagles. Eagles and Giants split, and then Eagles and Cowboys split, I think. So what's that? 2 wins out of the division? And then you said they played the NFC West, which I think they'll lose to the Chiefs.
West.
Okay. So they lose to the Chiefs, Raiders, beat the Broncos. So that's 4 wins. And then I think they even lose to the Chargers. I think they lose to the Chargers. And then they lose to the Seahawks, lose to the Cardinals, beat the Rams, so that's 5 wins. And then beat the 49ers, that's 6.
See, I think you're giving them every equal team you have them playing, you're giving them a loss. And I don't think that's what's going to happen.
What teams are they equal to?
You said they're losing to the Chargers, which they're hold on. First of all, you just have to assume that the Chargers are going to have half of their roster on injured reserve by the time they play.
That's fair. But Mike Williams is already injured, so he'll be coming back.
That's true. But then you have to factor in Tyrell Williams, Keenan Allen. I think they're getting Darren Oliver back.
Also, I refuse to acknowledge that they're in Los Angeles because I don't actually believe that. I think you need to stay woke on that.
I mean, it's gonna be rough for me when the Raiders are not in Oakland anymore. But let's not talk about that.
Side note: didn't Phillip Rivers explicitly say he didn't want to play in Los Angeles?
Yes.
So,
well, he's living in San Diego.
Okay, I feel like they should just trade him.
He's because I think we're going slightly off track here, but I think I read something. I think it was Pro Football Talk. He's living like 2 hours away from the
And traffic in
Chargers
Los
practice
Angeles
facility.
is a nightmare.
But he's hiring like his own driver, so like
But
even if he's getting up, like
it's
he can.
important. I think it's important in this regard because the Chargers aren't going to win anything anytime soon. Why not trade Phillip Rivers to like? Well, I mean, Dolphins already signed Cutler, but why wouldn't you trade Phillip
Because
Rivers to like the Colts?
I think when you're
or someone like that for like if
Colts,
Sam Bradford warrants a first round pick, you can get more than a first round pick for Phillip Rivers.
Okay, see, I think the problem is when you're a team moving into a new location, especially competing with another team, you need as much of.
I don't even think their attendance is going to be that good to begin with.
What?
I don't think attendance is going to be that good to begin with. I don't think Los Angeles cares.
It's not exactly, and their idea is okay. At least some people will show up for Phillip Rivers. Somewhat competitive
It's
team,
gonna
which
be the
they
same.
will be if they stay somewhat healthy.
It's going to be same with the Golden Knights. Like no one there is going to be going to a game. It's all going to be people that just like are either traveling for their team or just like happen
or just
to
want
live
to see a
around
hockey
there.
game.
Yeah. It's not going like you're not going to have Los Angeles Chargers fans. You might have like people from San Diego sticking with the team and coming down or up or wherever.
Which I don't think because people hate Dean Spanos.
Were there ever San Diego Chargers fans?
That's another thing.
I think there were like a lot
when
of
the Raiders played there last year. The Chargers were practicing in advance, like it was a road game.
Yeah, no, I mean they had pretty bad attendance. Like they would block out numbers from different area codes to sell tickets. I know.
Oh yeah, I think the Seahawks are 40 when the Seahawks and 49ers were both good. One of them did that
to the Steelers. When you had to worry about like people from Pennsylvania coming and like filling up the stadium,
that's a problem.
That's an issue.
Yeah.
But regardless, I think we're talking about the Eagles season, and I think they're going 7-9. I don't think this is the year. I think I was very, very high on Wentz coming out of the draft, and I think it's just going to take longer than people expect, especially in Philadelphia, where they tend to expect like a half a year turnaround.
They do, but
I agree.
think Wentz is in a weird situation where he's coming in so well liked. People can argue why that is, but I also think it's just like new.
He's not even that likable of a guy. Like I don't think he's like a bad dude.
He's very well liked.
Yeah, I know. I'm not like he's a bad dude or anything. I just don't I don't find him that likable.
I think it's because this goes back to like what I wrote about.
Because I'm like an objective party here.
Yeah, I know, but I think it goes back to what I was saying about the Sixers like a month ago, and about how we have like a whole new outlook on sports as a whole, not just basketball, but every sport. Where like we've gone through,
you've accepted
5+ years
sucking now.
Yeah, we've gone through 5+ years of literally nothing. So even someone that brings us the promise of something good, we're going to give them as many chances as we can. I think that's why Hinkie was embraced. That's why Joel Embiid is now probably the most popular athlete in Philly since Iverson, and I'm probably or Utley, but and he's still no one will ever be as popular as Chase Utley, but the point is to go back to your point about Wentz, why he's so liked here, even though you don't see him as a likable guy from Inject the Party. I think it's just because we see promise in him, and we want to, as maybe 15, 20 years ago, like we did with McNabb, where it was just trying to find something to criticize. Now we just want so desperately for it to work that we're gonna wish it to fruition.
Do you realize how much that sounded like just speaking like a true loser?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm currently wearing a shirt with the Sam Hinkie tombstone on it.
That's a bust. That's not a tombstone.
That's
just a bust of his head.
It's neither.
Right,
it's neither because it's got like the lifespan on it.
Can we just move?
Sure.
I mean, I'm going to touch on a couple of things.
You sound pretty depressed, dude.
The whole San Diego Chargers thing, I already gave you my San Diego take. Well, I agree with you, Nick.
It's a fake city.
That I agree. No, it's a beach town. I agree with you. They should try like trade Phillip Rivers. I don't see the point of teams like them and the Saints trying to keep around older quarterbacks who have and pretty
The
much.
Saints could do something. Chargers can't.
No, they can't. No, the Saints can't.
All right.
The Saints,
I don't even know why I decided to give you my Chargers take, but yeah, Eagles 7 wins.
I don't know how it came up, but I've always been in favor of that. If you're not going to win, get rid of the quarterback. I wish the Saints got rid of Drew Brees years ago, to be honest. Once they started falling off the whole, down the mountain a little bit, that it was over. They should have got rid of him.
There's actually no mountains in Louisiana. Fun fact.
What?
All right. Once they started to drown in the floodwaters, I don't know.
Whoa. Too soon.
Not only too soon, but he won the Super Bowl for them after that.
Too soon. Reggie Bush.
All right. Once they were crushed by Bountygate, I don't know. What do you want from me? Once they fell apart, he should have been traded.
Okay. Very good.
Again, Bountygate was the year.
There.
But wait, weren't you anti-Foles trade?
Me?
Me or him?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, me or him. Yeah, great answer.
Yes.
No. He's talking to you.
In retrospect, I don't really know what it did. I mean, I was anti-really Chip Kelly doing anything because Chip Kelly was really horrible personnel manager.
I mean, they didn't get the return they should.
One move.
It was a good move to trade him.
In retrospect, it was probably a good move.
But they also gave up a second. They gave up a second-round pick.
Yeah, the second round pick hurt. Actually, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anywho.
See, what really sucks is normally with trades like that, you can really get pissed off at whoever made it by saying like, oh, this second round pick turned into like someone really good, but we gave it to the Rams, so the second round pick probably isn't even in the NFL right now.
That's fair. Now, can I get to my Carson Wentz Eagles thing here?
Sure, go for it.
Nick, I like your whole Carson Wentz. He's not as fast as people think he is because I'm on board with you. I think Philadelphia is overreacting. We're expecting something like
Philadelphia overreacting.
This year.
Heard that one before.
Hey, listen, I'm just telling you. Do
you want to switch places with that?
Okay, Jason, go ahead. Cut in. Tell me what you need to say.
Oh, no, I was just asking him if he wants to switch places with us since he said
no, I don't.
React to
I enjoy winning.
Anywho, is still off of his potential. 3 games are going to kill him this year. The first 3 games he had last year are going to kill him this year because if he's not up to those standards, people are going to lose their mind. And I think the ship's going to I see what you say, Jason, with the way people look at sports in Philadelphia now. But I think you're going to see way more criticism. I mean, sports talk radio kind of dominates that realm of Philadelphia sports, the criticism. And it's going to happen. People are going to start calling for jobs and stuff.
Way different in the NFL than it is in the NHL and NBA.
And also, in fairness, wait, when you said that, it made me realize.
I just have to keep going before I get cut off.
No, you mentioned how people are going to eventually call for jobs. It should be noted, I haven't really listened to talk radio since I went to college, so that may have to do with my my idea that there's a positive outlook on Philly sports because I'm sure I'd be brainwashed into thinking Dougal Herrera needs to be beheaded if I listen to WIP.
And that's probably true.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we get to the Doug Peterson's job should be in jeopardy call by week 3.
Well, it should have been
it
there.
Should be in jeopardy right now, but that's a different story.
Okay. By the way, the fact that the Eagles are going to go 9-7.
7-9.
9-7.
Okay.
Jason, would you have not hired Doug Peterson or would you have fired Doug Peterson?
I
Because
would
some
not.
people,
Yeah, I agree. No, you can't fire him now.
okay, I was gonna say people have they would fire him. Firing him
No,
is a
you can't
horrible
do that.
idea.
You can't do that. I
I
would
could
have not
say-
hired him, but you're in too deep.
Pittsburgh, we've got someone on the show that's calling for the coach's job, even though they happen to win every year.
He's just not a good coach. I get he does like the people like him, and I guess he runs practice. But other than that, he just makes like what else? What does he do? He makes awful fourth down decisions when they're in field goal range. When they're in field goal range, which is pretty much past midfield for Boswell, he just decides to go for it on fourth down when there's absolutely no
Well,
need
hold
to.
on. Wait.
I'm
Hold on. How many
no,
how
I'm
many
not holding on.
50-yard
No,
field goals
no.
have
I'm all for being aggressive with the 2-point conversions and fourth down tries, but like there has to be a line drawn somewhere. Like when you're in field goal range and it's a tight game, like kick the field goal. It's not really that hard. And the trick plays. The trick plays when with no one capable of running a trick play. You don't run a fake field goal or a fake punt with your backup quarterback at punter. That's not how it works. And then we inexplicably bring out the Wildcat as if like you don't know what's going to happen. The guy's going to get the ball and run. Like it's not really that hard of a concept. It didn't work with Tony Sperano and Ronnie Brown. It doesn't work with Mike Tomlin and Le'Veon Bell. It's like when are we going to learn?
Le'Veon Bell is
I used to be like anti Todd Haley, but now I kind of like Todd Haley, and like I can put up with
Were
like
you not trashing Todd Haley last week?
I was. But now, like I've realized as I've matured over the past 7 days,
That's what happens when you see me.
I can tolerate an excessive use of bubble screens in exchange for competent like head coaching decisions when it comes to using all your timeouts a la Andy Reid in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. When it comes to, being down, I could totally see a situation being down by 2, 4th and 3 from the 20, and he goes for it. Like with 10 seconds left.
If there were more competent coaches in the NFL, the Patriots would have 3 less Super Bowls.
I can tell you right now,
Yes or no?
Like my ideal head coach would be Jack Del Rio. And then past that, I don't know. I would take someone from college. I mean, like I joke about loving Coach O. Like, obviously that's not going to happen. But like, I would give a guy like Les Miles a chance, or who's the guy at USC?
Call him more Miles.
Wait, who's the guy at USC? I'm ignoring that.
I don't know. Sorry, the last guy I remember, Sarkisian.
That's Sarkisian. No, there's a couple college guys I would give a shot. I just like the thing is Mike Tomlin has woefully unachieved his entire tenure with Steelers. I think he inherited a great roster that he took to the Super Bowl, and then he's really done nothing else. Like this team should have been in at least 1, maybe 2 more Super Bowls. Like been in, not necessarily 1, but like they should have been able to get past the divisional round of the playoffs, and he's just not been able to do that.
If you were like older during the Bill Cowher era, at what point do you think you would have started calling for his job?
I loved Bill Cowher and I didn't want him to go, but I think the year he retired was about right.
Oh yes, Ryan Howard 2-run double. The Isotopes are up tonight.
I'm trying to be sad here, but like I know I'm sounding like incredibly spoiled right now, but like when the expectations are there for your team, like if they're not being met, like a change needs to be made. And it's not like, and from what I understand, Ben Roethlisberger doesn't particularly care for Mike Tomlin. And
really,
well, I mean that doesn't really matter now, but I think Mike Tomlin should have been gone 2-3 years ago.
Now wait, so because I didn't know that, do you think there's somewhat of a possibility that he just hits him with an ultimatum after this season?
I think for the sake of his health, I think he should be gone this season. Ben, well, I think Tomlin should be gone too, but
that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think Ben says like, "I'll play if you get rid of him"?
I don't think so. I don't see
It's
him
interesting.
I don't see him being that kind of guy, because I was under the impression, and again, I was a little bit younger back then, but I was under the impression he got along really well with Bruce Arians, and then they forced him out. So I don't really. Apparently, he hated Todd Haley at first, and they've gotten along. But I just don't like Mike Tomlin as coach. I never really have, because I liked the tough guy Bill Cowher, and then we have like this like player coach come in, which I didn't really like to begin with, and then I was like, okay, like he might be doing something, and then like as he failed to meet expectations, like it's time to go. It's time to give someone else a shot. And by no means am I saying Todd Haley should be promoted, because I don't think he can be a head coach again. But off the top of my head, like I think most of the guys I would want are already coaching. Like I would want Jack Del Rio. I would want Bruce Arians. I would want I mean, personally, I would want Coach O, but I don't think he's cut out for it.
You think?
Is Steve Spurrier? You think Steve Spurrier's up for the NFL?
No.
Okay.
See, you're doing the thing again where like this is similar to you, like in the like 3rd to 5th round range of every NFL draft, wanting to draft every single quarterback. Literally, I swear to God, I've heard you ask for the Steelers to draft every quarterback except for Dak Prescott.
I wanted Dak Prescott though.
I remember Connor Cook was the guy I remember that you were
no. I
wanted.
wanted. I'm not going to pretend like Dak Prescott was number 1 on my list.
Okay, that's
I wanted ahead of him, but I wanted Dak Prescott.
And then who else was? Who else was in that range of that draft?
I think. Actually, I was concerned about Connor Cook. I wasn't that high on him. I would have settled for him just because I wanted a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have, even back, like I can say honestly, I would have taken Prescott over Cook. But
yeah, and you but yeah, so that's. But did they draft anyone this year?
Josh Dobbs. But I wanted them to get, well, Kaiser was gone by our pick, but I had wanted Mahomes or Kaiser, and then I had wanted Davis Webb, but the Giants got him beforehand. But Dobbs I like, but then apparently I didn't watch the preseason game because I don't watch preseason games, but he threw 2 picks against the Giants. And then we have this undrafted guy from Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently he did pretty well, but I mean, again, it was the first preseason game, so I'm not really, I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I really shouldn't be down on the Steelers because it's going to be a good year, but like that's like I wouldn't expect you guys to like get it, but like when you're expecting your team to like make it to the AFC Championship, like for the past few years, and they haven't done so, it's like.
Yeah,
well, I mean, last year obviously, and I think if Le'Veon Bell doesn't get hurt, like I think that's a different story. But they should have been there in years prior. It should have they should have been in another Super Bowl by now. Mike Tomlin, like that's the best offense there's been better offenses in history. But that's the best offense I've seen, and Mike Tomlin hasn't gotten them there. So, like I don't see where else you point the finger. If Bell's performing, Brown's performing, Ben's performing, and it's these stupid decisions that are costing them games, it's time to go.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know. I feel like maybe
I would demote him to defensive coordinator, but that's not a thing.
But that would never happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. But like, I don't understand how this gave him an extension. Because, like, I'm fine with him writing out the contract or whatever, but, like, he hasn't done anything.
The standard for coaches is to just give it, because you never have a lame duck coach.
That's how the Steelers do business. But, like, I just genuinely don't get it. But whatever. It's enough ranting. I'm a spoiled brat. I get it.
That's fair. Ray, are you done drilling over Ryan Howard?
No, I was going back through because and I just kind of wanted to see the whole like draft experts' opinions on Connor Cook last year versus what he's actually turned out to be.
Uh-huh.
FF, the most controversial, had him at 4, their 4th best quarterback in that, behind Goff, Wentz, and Lynch, which
I liked Lynch too.
I could do an entire show about how much I can't stand Paxton Lynch, but
Dude, the mustache bothers me so much.
No, see, I just think I just think he's like, I don't know, he's almost trying to look like Charlie Chaplin. Like, I don't mind it.
No, doesn't he have like a?
Oh wait, he's got like a really long one. Yeah.
He's got like a Raleigh fingers, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Raleigh fingers. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's not the look of a champion. That's not the look of a champion.
I disagree. I like it.
You could put him in a room with Leaf and give me another
dude.
Bust.
Google
Jamarcus Russell.
Paxton Lynch. Go to images and like you'll hate him instantly.
Great
For the viewing audience, go to Google Images, type in Paxton Lynch, go to the second row of images, and you just hate him, like instantly.
Oh my god,
he looks like he belongs on Entourage.
I feel like the What He Looks Like Twitter account has tackled him before,
or he would be like in like one of those random movies. He's like the reincarnation of Satan. Like
yes,
yeah, that's what he looks like.
See, now you're getting me. I hope Jim Tomsula makes headlines soon because I need that to come back.
Isn't he with the Redskins?
Yeah, that's why
they're winning the division. But like honestly, I would take a guy like Jim Tomsula or Rex Ryan, a defensive coordinator. I have no problem with that. As far as head coach, I think it's just time for like I'm kind of tired of like all of these guys getting recycled. So I think it's time to bring in someone new from college or wherever. But
I think it's just about
college coaches work out.
Yeah, be wary of that. I think it's more so about finding a good, a good young coordinator.
It doesn't work if you have a Chip Kelly or Greg Schiano.
Well, you're talking about Les Miles.
When you have a Pete Carroll, when you have Les Miles isn't like a dictator like that.
Yeah, but Les Miles, if a guy like if he can't do anything.
What about Stanford?
He's a guy that I know.
He's at A&M now.
No, he's not. The guy that replaced Harbaugh's still there.
David Shaw?
Yeah, David Shaw.
I would take him as head coach. I'd give him a chance.
He's the guy that gets called. Why is Ray sharing a screen? Oh, Ray's
really have nothing to lose at this point. So like, why not?
Yeah, wait.
Why not Les Miles?
Let's be quiet so Ray's screen shows up for Paxton Lynch.
Here's how the Cowboys lost out on Paxton Lynch. Paxton Lynch is heading to Denver, not Dallas. Someone to get the freezing cold takes in on this one.
I love that picture. He genuinely looks like Cantor, do you agree that Chris Kreider looks like Satan?
I haven't seen a picture.
A straight up cartoon villain.
I haven't seen a picture of him in like 2 years. That picture doesn't look as bad.
But Paxton Lynch looks more like Satan than Chris Kreider.
Oh yeah.
And how about the picture of success right here? The case for Paxton Lynch.
Wait, why is Trevor Siemian still starting over Paxton Lynch?
Because both of them are horrible quarterbacks.
I genuinely forgot about Paxton Lynch and was saying the Broncos should sign Kaepernick, but not if they spend a first rounder on Paxton Lynch.
Are horrible quarterbacks.
But I think that, not to get in the whole Kaepernick thing though, I think that either the Colts or the Ravens should sign him.
Why the Colts?
Because Luck's hurt.
Yeah, but I don't think he's out long term. Like they're not.
Well, here's the thing: if he's not willing to take a backup deal, you're not going to be able to sign him as a backup. You would have to send him to a team that has an injured quarterback, or because like a team like the Browns or the Jets who actually need a quarterback aren't going to work because they're not going to want like just a Band-Aid like Colin Kaepernick. They're going to want Josh Rosen, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen. So like really those are the only places that work anymore unless he goes to Denver. But again, if they spend a first-round pick on Paxton Lynch, and John Elway seems to think that Trevor Siemian's the answer anyway, like that's not happening. So I think those are the only options for Colin Kaepernick. Miami wasn't happening because of Fidel, but if he's not willing to take backup money, which I think he could pretty much go anywhere with backup money. I mean, there's only a few places.
Daniel backup money, or are we talking backup money?
No, like he turned down, I think, $1 million from either the Seahawks or I forget what the other teams in contention for or who actually offered him a deal were. But he's apparently turned down multiple backup offers. And that's where like I don't want to get into these hot takes, but like this is where this whole like
situation
narrative kind of falls apart. But like I'm all for him playing in like a Denver, Baltimore, or Indianapolis.
If you want to win, I see why you get him.
That's what I'm saying.
Jets?
Like it doesn't work for a Cleveland or San Francisco. Well, obviously not San Francisco because they got rid of him. But none of those like he has to go to a middle of the road team or like a good team that has an injury. And whose fans like won't totally rebel. Like I know the Giants, like their fans would like if Eli went down, their fans would not be down with that. Like Baltimore, I think it would be okay.
And well, then you have the problem. The Giants employed Josh Brown last year for about half the season.
Well, yeah,
so, and I don't. That's why I don't think any fan reaction argument. I think those are all invalid.
I'm not making that argument on behalf of myself, but
I understand. You're making it on behalf of the owners, and I think you're right.
I genuinely believe John Mara when he said he received letters not to. I'm sure he received some flack for Josh Brown too, and I'm not saying that's like it was right that they kept him, but I genuinely believe him that he received letters regarding Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, he did, but you don't think the teams receive letters all the time and just ignore them?
Yeah, but I think he's biased in his own right. This is the
rare time when teams are pretending to bring the best interest of fans.
Okay, I think since we're into it, we might as well get into it. But like, there's a reason that Marshawn Lynch can sit up for the national anthem and Malcolm Jenkins can raise his fist for the national anthem, and like all these other players can sit out, but Colin Kaepernick can't. That's because Colin Kaepernick like tried to speak out and couldn't really back up his argument effectively, and like kind of like stumbled into like this whole stance. Even though it's like a fine stance to have, but like he just like couldn't bring himself to back it up. And also his talents relative to his position, the importance of his position, and like the baggage that
he's not very
carried.
Good.
Yeah, he's
which
like
I'll agree on. I think
he's good for a lot of teams, but not good enough. It's like a. Go ahead.
If we're gonna go into this, can we get into this? There is a reason. See on the Seattle sideline, while you could see on Oakland sideline, you could see them protesting. The reason Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job right now, he protested, but he also lost. So when he lost, I'm not saying it's all on him last year, relative to his standards. However, there was a narrative in place that he was a loser, accept that at face value that he's a loser and paint that as the picture instead of saying that, oh, we don't want that political thing.
Yeah, but like here's the thing, Marshawn Lynch
to help you win.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch.
The guys
could
on
do
the
that
Seahawks
every
all
game
have jobs because they win.
Marshawn Lynch could do that every game. And there's going to be a few people like saying, "Oh, I don't like that" or whatever. But the vast majority of people genuinely will not care. Malcolm Jenkins could do whatever. Like people aren't going to care. Even if the Eagles aren't doing well, like Malcolm Jenkins is still good. Like no one's going to care.
See, that's what it is.
It's because it's a quarterback.
The problem with Kaepernick's protest is when it came during his career. If he did it after that Super Bowl, he was set. He was fine. He would still have a job. The problem is there was a narrative in place that he was helping a team win, and therefore, regardless of what you think of it, you can fall back on the narrative that he is a loser and say, well, he doesn't have a job because he's a loser, because he doesn't win games, and he won't help another team win games. Regardless of whether or not that's true, that's the narrative you can put in place.
Because also the 49ers were going to cut him regardless before any of that happened.
Yeah, he lost his job to Blaine Gabbert, and he's probably he's better than Tannehill now. He's better than whoever, but like he lost his job to Blaine Gabbert in the season. But like if an Aaron Rodgers did that, if a Cam Newton did that, like no one would care. Like I hate to bring your boy into this canter, but Clay Travis ran a poll last year, and it was like if Aaron Rodgers joined ISIS, like would you stop supporting him? And it was like
Probably not.
I think it was like 59% would stop.
I mean, and a part of that's like satire, obviously, but like but like there's
that genuinely might be the line for someone of Aaron Rodgers' caliber. Like he could do whatever he wants.
Oh, I mean, especially if you're in Green Bay, because I don't think anyone in Green Bay. I'm just saying
talent-wise.
Yeah, I know, but also like I don't think like people who live in that part of the country are necessarily worried about themselves. Like I don't think people
also like. Colin Kaepernick did that in San Francisco. If you can't like I know it gets assigned on like either side of the spectrum, but like if you do that in San Francisco and it's not well received, like I got bad news for you, buddy.
Well, again,
it's
he was gone anyway. He was gone anyway.
Yeah.
He was done in San Francisco. That breakup was inevitably happening. There was someone tweeting at Matt Miller. I don't know if you guys follow him. I think he a Bleacher Report guy that like aren't getting the credit they deserve for all this. The relationship between the 49ers and Kaepernick were over at the end of last year, regardless of whether he protested or not.
Yeah, no, it was done.
But, that was done.
Also, I had to mute SB Nation today because I guess this is the anniversary. I didn't even do this intentionally. This is like the anniversary of his protest or whatever, and they're like documenting it all. Like I can't do it. And I was kind of like I didn't love it, but like I was all for it. You know, like if he wanted to do that, fine. But like, back it up.
For me, if we're really going to get into our beliefs here, which I didn't think we were going to have to.
I'm just saying, like, even if you're not a fan of it, like, I think the vast majority of people were like, fine, it's okay.
Yeah, he's his own man. If he wants to sit and protest, he could sit and protest. I mean,
I literally don't think anyone disagreed with that ever. And then you have like
that's false.
ESPN. Huh? What?
Because I've talked to people who disagree.
Okay, there's like a fringe like population that thinks he had like zero right to do it. But like I
disagree with you. I think there's a lot of like normal people that don't have that mindset. There's more people than you think. That like literally think he should be banished.
Like a fringe in the United States is still like thousands of people, but like relative.
There's more people than you think.
Okay, that's fair. I kind of want. I regret bringing this up.
Friday night, I was at a staff dinner at my old from my old job, and I got in an argument about it. It was 50-50.
What did you
saying like he had no right? Screw him.
All right, I think we've gone far enough into this.
That's fair.
I'm not a big fan of this. I think it's taken over the whole sports world. I think he deserves a job.
You know why? Yes,
say it. No, he had to say it.
It's Fox too. Like it's not just them. It's everyone.
No, but like Fox just follows in ESPN's footsteps. Like
that's their fault.
No, I'm not saying it's not their fault, but like ESPN controls like everything that's talked about every day in sports.
Moving on.
Okay.
Google.
Didn't
We already
talk
talked to Odubel. You missed.
Damn it.
To the show. Sorry, Jason.
I texted you legitimate like insight about that, and you couldn't have waited 10 minutes.
Oh,
you
because
said
we didn't
only
think you
5
were going to
minutes.
show up.
What?
It was
We didn't think
confirmed
you were gonna show
pre-show that
up.
you weren't showing up.
No, that's fake news.
But it was confirmed.
Confirmed by who?
Oh, by whom?
Love
First
it.
of all,
What?
Jason, the Sixers have a schedule.
Oh yeah, that's right.
are we actually going to talk about this?
Why would we not?
Like, I
See,
like
We're
the
going to
Sixers.
just talk about how they're on national TV.
Yeah, see, wait, hold on. No, how old are they? Because I didn't get a chance to I was just looking at games I could go to. How many
Per
national
David
games are there?
Melandra, they have 14 national televised games.
Wait, I'm gonna do a quick count because I'm on Liberty Ballers right now.
Did you
They
not listen?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 14.
Yes. David Melandra was correct. We confirmed his report. There were 14 nationally televised games.
Breaking news.
Which, can someone explain to me why the London game is not nationally televised?
I couldn't tell you.
Seems kind of pointless.
Regardless,
Regardless.
do you have anything else you want to add to that?
No, just I looked at when I first saw it. I looked at a couple. I skimmed through. I tried to see their home opener, which is the Boston game, and then I looked to see when the Lakers are here, which I believe is December 7th, and that's a national TV game.
The only
That's
time
gonna be
Boston is coming to Philly.
what?
Only comes to Philly for the home opener.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I think the Lakers game is gonna be a game of the year. I legitimately cannot wait for that. I'm very excited, and I don't know, just taking other glances. Well, I couldn't find the Warriors game at first look. When is it? Oh, I see it, November 18th. So that'll be fun because that's on the weekend too. So there's
And then 9 days later, the King shows up.
The King who?
James, yeah, LeBron,
I forgot he was the king.
yeah. Who's
He
man's
forgot to prove
the
it to
NBA?
us. He forgot to prove it to us in the finals.
Think that's enough. But no, legit, like, again,
Pittsburgh doesn't deserve an NBA franchise.
can we transit? Is this the last thing we're doing? Because I can
I was going to get your final thoughts.
yeah, no, my
But-
final thoughts is essentially that this schedule is like another microcosm of where we are in the world of Philadelphia sports. That we're, as much as Nick wants to criticize us for getting excited about this is like a
Well,
legitimate
no,
win.
I'm a big Sixers guy.
No, you're criticizing us for being excited about the schedule release.
Okay, yeah, because that's the thing for nerds. It's like the season doesn't start till Halloween.
Okay, well,
Actually,
when you live
the reals, if we're being
Wrong.
real, the regular season
Wrong.
doesn't start till Christmas.
Wrong.
no,
And if we're
see,
being even
that's,
realer
see,
than
no,
that,
that's the
whoa,
case
whoa,
for the
whoa, whoa.
War. No. See, you're wrong again. That's the case for the Warriors and the Cavs and teams that actually have title aspirations. For the Sixers, who we just want to see our players play, the regular season starts whenever the preseason starts.
Okay. Well, that's not the case because I actually think
Now
the
you're
Sixers
really-
will be a 5-6 seed this year.
Yeah, I
so
know.
in that
But
case,
still,
in that
they
case,
can be a 5-6 seed, but they just won 30 games. So we want to see. We haven't seen Marco Fultz play yet. We haven't seen Ben Simmons play yet. Joel Embiid played 30 games. We want to see them.
I'm just more of a bottom line guy.
All right. Well, I think I'm more about wanting to see your stars.
See, I feel like you're too sentimental. You're getting too emotional here.
Right. See, okay, so wait. Here's my question. The home opener, because you're saying the regular season doesn't start until Christmas. Home opener October 20th.
It doesn't start till like May.
But see, that's an NBA mindset. That's not a Sixers mindset.
I'm about the bigger picture here. I'm hoping that the Sixers make it to the East Finals.
That's my final thought.
It's done. He can't take you anymore.
I'm aggravated at the.
I'm being I'm not even trolling here. I'm being genuine.
I know, but like you don't like to deal with 4 years of what the Sixers just went through, and now to have an actual core and to not be excited to see them play, I think is insane.
He's been here for like 2 years, the process, to be honest.
Ray, do you agree with me?
I feel like the process died with Hinkie. I feel like that was a wild ride to watch, and now it's like, okay, let's start seeing results.
I'm excited. I'm excited for. Though I acknowledge 4 teams go like planning on doing anything, the real regular season starts in December, or on Christmas, not in December, on Christmas. And honestly, as with myself, the reason I will be tuning in October for the Sixers is because I'm afraid come Christmas for it.
Come Christmas, what?
Somebody will not be on the court.
Come Christmas, he's afraid someone won't be on the court.
Oh, okay.
Which is also, by the way, quick.
Well, here's the thing. I also wouldn't be upset as much as I want the Sixers to go deep into the playoffs. I wouldn't exactly be upset with another lottery pick.
But you just said the process died.
The process did die, but like
pick one side.
No, I'm just saying I wouldn't be upset with it. Like I want.
Neither would I. But
I'm just saying I want one extreme or the other. I don't want like, you know.
Serious question: like, how many of the games did you like? Not even start to finish, just like the second half of from like
this
the
year?
Beginning of the season to the Houston game.
I don't. Maybe like 30.
All year or beginning? I'm talking beginning of the season, of Houston game, because Houston game and Embiid's last game to the end of the season, there were like 2 good games.
I'd probably all season. I probably watched around 30 games.
Okay, because I just not even the game, not even like for throwing out the games I was at, the games, the McConnell game winner, the first Covington game winner, the I don't want to mention games I was at, but like the first game they won again. First game they won against the other Covington game winner.
I'm waiting
the atmosphere, the excitement of actually watching them. It's that that defeats any argument of like the Christmas, Christmas thing.
You won the argument. Nick thinks he won the argument. That's your final thought.
I don't want like you. Your argument's emotionless. Like you sound like you have no soul.
No, because like I just like I'm a results-driven person, and you're like a sentimental-driven person.
No, you're a results-driven person. See, you're
See, now you're getting
listen,
upset.
Listen, Jason.
I'm sure.
Jason, understand, you're excited. The Sixers are going to play basketball, and they're going to play in October. And if you want to watch in October, guess what? You're going to have the chance to watch in October. As for Nick, he's more concerned about whether or not they're going to be playing into May and June. So he's going to start tuning in Christmas because that's when he believes the games really start to matter. So for you tune in October 18th, tune in December 25th, and whenever he wants to tune in, because guess what? This is America, and we are free to tune in whenever we feel like it.
Unless you're a Dodgers fan living in Los Angeles.
Of Markelle Fultz's career, the first game of Ben Simmons' career, and the 32nd game of Joel Embiid's career doesn't mean anything. I'm gonna mute myself because I'm not gonna say anything on top of that.
Okay. Good night.
Thank you. Thought for me.
What? I still didn't hear what you said.
Final thoughts.
Oh, for me?
Yes.
Mike Tomlin shouldn't be employed.
Okay. And I've got one
wait,
for you. I've
hold
got
on.
a quick
Oh,
question.
okay. And then Steelers are winning the division 11-5.
Fantastic.
Eagles 7.
Quick question.
Yes.
Schedule came out tonight. Once again, there are no games in Seattle. And there are no games in Pittsburgh.
Well, here's the thing.
Hypothetically, they put a team in Pittsburgh, a market that's shown good fans. They put it in Seattle because obviously loyalties lie if that happens.
I've thought about this before.
Okay, I wanted to see.
Here's the thing. Now, if we evaluate my basketball fandom over the past several years, I'm not a particularly loyal person.
That's true.
You think?
Okay, you can mute yourself again.
Good night.
However, like even though I wasn't always a Sixers fan, I've been along for the ride for a while now, and I am kind of invested into like what this team has become. So like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to beat the Sixers. However, like the Sonics were my childhood team. And then on the other hand, like it wouldn't be the same team. It wouldn't be Luke Ridnour, Rashard Lewis, and then later on Kevin Durant and Ray Allen and Ray Allen didn't play with Kevin Durant, but you get my point. Like it wouldn't be that team anymore. So I guess like that's kind of out of the window too. Like it's not the team I fell in love with. Now I think the bigger competitor there would be if there was a team in Pittsburgh, and like I'm already a Pittsburgh fan, so like just like for convenience sake. But again, like I'm pretty invested into the Sixers team. Like even though I won't be
Apparently not if you're not willing to watch the
I know. Even though I'm not
games
watching
of their two prized rookies.
But like Mark, when the championship season rolls around in the next 2 years, I'll watch every game.
All right.
Like no,
I can't believe
I don't say that as a fair weather fan. I'm saying that like as the product is completed.
you don't want to watch the product be completed, like as it's happening.
That's all we got this week.
But, like
BTB Now.
You don't have to see it like in game. You can just see it.
Tons of viewers we have has been muted again out of frustration. Nick
I muted myself.
Oh.
Let the record show.
Said you muted yourself out of frustration. Beside yourself, you would have heard that. Anywho, that's all we've got for tonight. You're going to want to follow at Berg Tabell on Twitter, at Jason Cantor BTB, at Bogatis BTB, at Radon BTB. And next week, the same time, 8:30 on your Monday night. Now it's time to catch up with Bachelor in Paradise. Great week.